y'all, it's your girl Gemini Jazz with House of Chiron, and we are back with another episode of Galactic Gossip. So this week we have a lot going on. Okay, the first week of April come out like throwing bows, swinging, and doing the absolute most, but it's okay because we have self-awareness, and I'm going to give you all of the tea. All right, so without any further ado, I would like to say thank you for being here. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, if you are a new subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It might have like a little notification thing up there, and you can hit that button down there to go ahead and subscribe to me. You get all of the weekly updates, the galactic gossip, and anything else that I may upload about major transits. And I'm going to start doing more informational videos also in the near future, so you definitely want to tune in for that, especially if you are interested in understanding what the heck I'm talking about when I say conjunction, transits, and aspects, and all these other astrological terms. Astrology is a language, so there's that. But anywho, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you are new. If you are returning, welcome back. I hope the last 2 weeks has been well for everyone. I went on vacation. That was the last time that I posted a video, and I said I was going to do like a 2-week kind of month ahead just to wrap up the rest of March. But now April is here, so I am back. I am refreshed. I will say, I launched the candle company, and the candles have been doing really well, sold out of quite a few of the different lines that I have. I have 7 different ones for each chakra. So there's that. But anyway, we're going to get into the announcements since I'm already starting on them right now. So announcements, the candles are still there. I am re-upping for the month of April. So there are still a few available, but for the most part, they're sold out for right now. But go ahead and go to the website to see what's available. But in April, they're going to be fully stocked, so you can go ahead and get those again. I am also going to be releasing the wax melts in April. So if you are a person that doesn't necessarily want the wooden wick, in that vibe, you have a warmer and you prefer a warmer, I will be launching the wax melts and adding those to the websites also. So there's that. Also, the Celestial City is open as always. Excuse me, and you can go ahead and join the membership for $33.33 per month. And you get Reiki once a month under the full moon. You get a new moon candle ceremony where we set our intentions together, and I look at the charts for everyone to see what is in alignment with the intentions that they should be setting. And that is a priceless thing to have. JP Morgan Chase said that anyone can be a millionaire, but to be a billionaire, you need an astrologer. And I'm just saying, I'm trying to get there. So there you have it. Anywho, so we have that going on in the membership. We also have, you get your readings. We do all 12 sign readings. So those same readings I sell for $10.10 if you are not part of the membership. But, if you're looking at your sun, your moon, and your rising, that's $33 enough right there, right? It's $30 and some change. So you might as well just do the membership and get the readings every month, on top of all the other beautiful things that I offer. So, we get books for free, we get different documents and how to, kind of navigate your self-awareness and blah, 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 knowing your chart. So much is there. So there's that. Also, the April month ahead forecast will be coming out in the next couple of days. So keep watch on that. They are going on sale. If you're not part of the membership, you can purchase them for $10.10. Every single sign is going to be $10.10. So if you want one, $10. If you want two, $20. If you want 12, pay the whole thing, whatever. Now, what else do I have? I don't think I have anything else. Talked about the candles. I talked about the membership. I talked about the readings. Oh, also the year ahead, those are still available for $16.99. We're only, barely into the 4th month of the year. So you still have about a good 8 months of energy to understand. So those are still on sale for $16, and you get the energy for the entire 2022. Like all the major things is going on in 2022 for your sign, sun, moon, rising. You can buy all 3, you can buy one, however. All right, I think that should wrap up the the announcements. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now let's get into this astrology. Okay. So we are in April. Okay. Yes. April. April is here. Can you believe it? Like we just started 2022 like yesterday, and now here we are in April. It's crazy. So now this week we are going to be covering the energy from April the 1st all the way through April the 9th. And I'm going to kind of set the tone for the month of April by saying that, this month is going to come packed with a lot of new beginnings. Now, we might not see the beginnings start this month, but definitely the seeds are being planted this month, right? So we might see the manifestation of these things over the course of 2 years, 3 years, however. It all depends. And I say that because we have a month full of conjunctions. Conjunctions are when two planetary energies collide. They come together in the same sign, same degree. Now, what this indicates is a new path, a new journey, it's a new beginning that is starting. Every conjunction is very similar to like a new moon. It's when the sun and the moon comes together, and that indicates a time to set new intentions for a new journey ahead. Same thing with conjunctions of any other planet. It's all about new beginnings. So we have, I think, like 5 or 6 this week alone of conjunctions, the first week of April. And I don't know how many for the entire month of April, but there are quite a few, some major conjunctions that are happening. Okay. So starting off the very first day of April, we have a new moon in Aries at 11 degrees. Psych. April Fools. No, seriously, we do. So the very first day is like starting off the new month with new beginnings. Why not have a new moon in Aries at 11 degrees, right? 11 is the number for the portal, the new beginnings to start a new cycle. So manifestation number, pay attention to your synchronicities on these days, right? On April 1st, this is us leaving March, right? And leaving March behind, traveling into, deeper into the spring, right? The spring equinox kicked off, towards the end of March. And now we're like going deeper into spring. And this Aries new moon is marking the perfect time for a cosmic reset, right? So if you didn't get that reset vibe from the spring equinox, then most definitely you should be feeling it towards this time in April, the very first day, first week in April. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. And so we already, thick into Aries season, and, Aries is the trailblazer. So we're forging forward, we're setting new intentions, and this new moon is going to allow us to set those new intentions for the next phase, but more so surrounding the need to heal our identities in the areas where we lack confidence, right? Because Aries is about confidence. It's about that bold energy, being able to assert ourselves and, initiate things. It's kind of hard to initiate something new if you're doing it, especially something that's going to be favorable, right? Especially if you're not doing it from a space of confidence, right? And having a outlook of optimism also, keep that in mind. Now, Aries is saying like, hey, we need to heal this area of something so we can initiate these things with confidence. And this moon is disappearing from the sky. So that way, we can do so. Now, I say this about healing because it's making a few aspects. Okay. Now, it's going to be hidden from the sky, but it's making this connection to Mercury. So it's making a conjunction to Mercury, and it is a loose conjunction. It's not an exact conjunction, but the energy, the flavor of it is still there, right? Mercury is the messenger, and it's also making a conjunction to Chiron, and Chiron is the wounded healer. So it's all about us healing those wounds of shame and guilt and, the lack or not feeling worthy of things, right? So we should expect to receive insight and intuitive downloads, maybe even some eye-opening conversations that assist us in moving onto the path ahead to release or even embrace those wounds and use that as our power. Right? So Aries represents new beginnings, like I mentioned before. And so our intentions today allow us to set the tone for something that is new, that's flourishing, right? And it's going to be coming from a space of healing, a healed space, with different and different insight, different perspective, right? Because that Mercury energy is there. So just as the seeds begin to bud in the spring, so will this new us, new season, new me kind of vibe, whatever. So that's going to be coming also. Now, this is all conducive to the energy that's going on. It's even symbolic, right? So the first step is utilizing this impactful energy to our advantage by asking ourselves a few questions, right? First and foremost, what is it that we desire? And also getting to the bottom of why is it that we don't feel worthy of having those things that we desire, right? Tapping into that powerful Chiron energy to transmute those feelings of shame and guilt and unworthiness and pain, and making it into a portal of limitless abilities, limitless opportunities, right? Taking that pain and turning it into purpose, taking those wounds and becoming a warrior for it, right? That Aries energy, that fire energy. All right, now we can understand that there's nothing that needs to be fixed. I will say that we don't need to fix anything. Nothing needs to be fixed. We only need to accept and embrace our whole self with all the cuts and bruises that we have, right? Because that's what makes us unique. That's what makes us beautiful. No one person is the exact same, not even twins. Okay, so we all know that. So we have to embrace who it is that we are. Now, where is Aries in your chart? That's where you can look and see where the new beginnings are happening, where the reset is occurring, where the healing is happening. Okay, now moving on, because we have much to talk about. We have the sun making a conjunction to Chiron at 12 degrees the very next day on April 2nd in the sign of Aries. Okay, now this conjunction between the sun and Chiron is still, similar to this new moon energy. And the sun has given us an opportunity for new beginnings, surrounding our fears of being the center of attention, right? So this is that dimming to fit in. I was discussing that with a friend, right? Dimming to fit in. So there's nothing wrong with shining bright and enjoying all that you are and showcasing that, discussing that, talking about it. Now, we've been conditioned to think that if you boast or you brag, it's a negative thing. But why does it have to be negative when you've gone through, the ringer to become who it is that you are, right? You've taken on these wounds. You've been, experiencing this life that you've experienced, and every experience has shaped you to who it is that you are. Why not talk about it? Why not discuss it? Why not show it? Why not brag on yourself every now and then? There's nothing wrong with it. You're great. You're fabulous. You're all those beautiful things. So the thing that we see as a wound, right? Because that Chiron energy, we see it as a wound. We can't really discuss these things, blah, 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 whatever. So that thing that we see as a wound or even a flaw is the very thing that makes us radiant, right? Showcasing our strength. So there's nothing wrong with illuminating that, right? The sun illuminates all of this, our development towards self-awareness, our development towards healing, right? Starting this new path, of higher consciousness and awareness, our self-expression, because that sun energy is there, as well as our vitality has been, possibly triggered, right? So something about the way we express ourselves, the way we see ourselves, our personalities, maybe we've been triggered. People might not say, oh, you rub me the wrong way, or, oh, you're too loud, or whatever it is, right? It's been previously triggered. And today those triggers might come back up just to remind us of how far we've come, how much healing we've actually, endured and overcome, or whatever, or taken in, whatever the word I'm looking for. Either way, situations today might cause us to feel a little insecure, maybe even victimized, instead of, how we would desire to feel. But instead of trying to go down that rabbit hole, like, accept the feeling for what it is in that moment. Like, yes, I feel this. Yes, I feel that. Now ask yourself why, right? Seek to understand, where is this feeling coming from? Where is it rooted initially? Right? By practicing that pause that I always tell y'all to do, we develop that patience with ourselves, and to discover where the most significant wounds are generated. So that way we can provide an elixir to heal. Now, I previously spoke about this before, saying that every situation that we go through is really a portal for us to step in and find an ingredient that is added to this elixir. Now, this elixir is what we have inside of us. It's an individual thing. No one has this person over here does not have the elixir to heal you. You have it. You go through these situations. You know what it is internally that is required to heal yourself. So use that. Take that elixir. You have it. You can heal. You can overcome whatever is in your mind about yourself. Okay. Now, Mercury is going to make a conjunction to Chiron also. Plenty of healing, new beginnings to heal, right? At 12 degrees in the sign of Aries, and this happens on April 2nd as well. And so if you have this transit natally in your chart, like me, I have the Sun, Mercury, and Chiron all conjunct in Gemini in my second house. So my self-expression, me being able to speak and find value in my voice, and being seen and being heard and being valued has been triggered. So if you natally have this in your chart, you could have gone through your childhood feeling like I felt, invisible and unheard. So today, we can change that narrative by speaking up about our wounds, by setting new beginnings to how we see ourselves with our voices, right? Using your voice. Now, dive deeper into those perceptions of our minds and see our wounds through a different lens in order to discover that the buried treasure that's within us, right? So there, wherever that wound is, whatever that pain is, it's really purpose. It's really something that can be provided to someone else to inspire them. And also to give different insight. Now, psychologically, this transit can create anxiety, self-consciousness, hypersensitivities, over-analyzing things, all of that. So the sensitivities can come when from other people. You can feel other people, you can be sensitive around other people. Social anxiety could be a thing, and also sensitivities to your environment. So just keep that in mind as well. Now, this is going to also give us a more logical point of view on the pain. Subsequently, this is making a new way to approach our traumas and, those past things. Okay. So it's all beautiful energy, although it can be quite impactful, but it's just an invitation for us to heal and gain new perspectives, right? Get a higher point of view of things. Now, the Sun and Mercury are conjunct on the same day at 13 degrees as they begin to move. They come into an exact conjunction in Aries. Okay. So this is another new beginning. This is a cazimi, right? The Sun Mercury conjunction is a cazimi. We know about cazimi, and I told y'all all about cazimis. If you don't know about cazimis, maybe I'll do a video on it. Either way, you can find out about cazimis. So another new beginning, right? This is going to provide insight. That's what a Sun and Mercury cazimi does. It's going to provide insight into what was once not within our immediate view, right? So when the Sun and Mercury collides, a cazimi occurs, and this is bringing inspiration and also broader horizons. So that way we can have an understanding to what was once perplexing us. Now we have the answers. So today the focus is on our thoughts, our communication, also the process of information. We may even be more curious about a subject or a situation that leads us to uncover solutions, right? Because we have the answers now. It's like, aha moments. That's what this energy brings. So typically, a Mercury cazimi brings like a day that's really busy, filled with movement, because Mercury rules our movement, our daily routines. It rules our nervous system, our mental capacities, information, communication. So we might have a day filled with lots of movement going about here and there. Our plans are going to be kind of increased. New information could be coming through, and our interactions, with others could also be increased. We might be just really busy. Now, using this bold Aries energy, right? Because it's happening in Aries, is going to help us be more decisive, right? And also, just straightforward with our communication, also just getting things done quickly. And using this energy can help us finalize projects and just simply decide to move forward with something or decide not to move forward with something, okay? Now, moving on a couple of days later, we have Mercury, not Mercury, excuse me, I've been talking about Mercury. We have Mars making a conjunction to Saturn at 22 degrees in Aquarius on April 4th. Now, Mars is our primal desires, right? While Saturn is what brings structure and order to things. Now, Saturn also believes that we can build a life filled with things that can stand the test of time, but we have to do so with consistency and discipline. Now, when these two planets come together in the sign of humanitarianism, of course, right, Aquarius, we see what is needed to make a difference in creating a good life, not only for ourselves, but for the collective, right, for everyone. And although the outcome of this energy can manifest something beautiful, right? So alternatively, there first must be something harsh that comes up. Some harsh realities is something that we need to face, right? In order for us to make change. So you don't necessarily want to change what feels good or what's been working, not all the time. You're like, hey, I recognize a problem here. I need to make a change. And that's what's going to be the thing. Now, anything that is not practical or solid will be put to the test and then removed by Mars, because Mars is about cutting stuff out. Mars is about protecting. It's, that warrior energy. So while Saturn and Mars are battling, doing their thing, they are going to be both squaring the moon and the North Node that's in Taurus, right? And those two are in a conjunction at this time. So not only do we need to look at our values, but also our inherent need to be comfortable, right? What is it that we need to be releasing and let go of? Right, because that North Node is still opposite, the South Node, which is about our comforts. And that moon is about our sense of safety and security and also comfort. So today we may be, faced with some challenging situations, especially like within our home and family, those type of dynamics, maybe even our relationships or our finances. That might be a thing that comes up when we recognize what needs to be changed. Now, remember, last year, we had that Saturn-Uranus square that we experienced all of 2021. It began towards the end of 2020, and all of 2021, we was restricted, right? So this is a trigger of that same energy yet again. Frustrating restrictions that are coming up to the surface to show us where we are still not operating within our autonomy, where we are still restricted, where we are still not free, right? Those conjunctions, like I said before, indicate new beginnings. So this is going to give us that motivation to stand our ground and set boundaries for what it is that we are building that will, individually make us feel as though we are free, create freedom for ourselves. That looks different for everyone. Okay. Now, moving forward, talking a lot, need something to drink, and I don't have nothing to drink. Anyway, so moving forward, we have Venus entering into Pisces. Now, this happens the next day on April 5th, and Venus will be transiting through Pisces all the way through to May the 2nd. So this is beautiful, right? Venus is exalted in Pisces. So when it's leaving Aquarius, it's leaving Aquarius with the understanding of the concept of equality and autonomy when it comes to love and money and all those things that we value. Now, as Venus navigates through its favorite sign in Pisces, it's exalted, like I said, and it's bringing forth those feelings of compassion and unconditional love in our relationships. Now, our emotional capacities light our souls during this time, right? Because we allow our feelings and our dreams to kind of carry us away, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, on another end, this Venus and Pisces energy can put the rose-colored lenses back on, put those rose-colored glasses on. And this, if we're not paying attention, to those Venus ruled things in our lives, our money, our relationships, it's important that we're paying attention to these things. It's essential, because overestimating our finances and even over idealizing a romantic encounter could disappoint us in the end. So just kind of keep that in mind that, the planet of love is here, but also, it's going to be making some aspects that could be kind of, a toss-up, right? The planet of love is going to be making a sextile to Uranus and Taurus. So this happens later on. And then this is going to be bringing unexpected blessings in our love and money, but also it could be, unexpected things, not necessarily in a negative light, but, sextiles, they bring things from work that we've previously put in, whether as like a trine is like, it's just naturally was going to happen. Sextiles is like, hey, you've been actively working towards something. And so here, this is the manifestation of that work. So that's what this is going to bring when Venus is going to make that sextile to Uranus and Taurus. Okay. Venus is the ruler of Taurus. Keep that in mind. So it's really beautiful energy. Now, also, that vibrant Uranus energy is going to have us in like an emotional space of wanting to try something new or experiencing like maybe some energizing connections with other people. So keep that in mind as well. And also, towards the end of the month, Venus is going to make a connection with both Neptune and Jupiter. So there's going to be dissolving illusions and also expanding our hearts. So keep all that in mind. It's a really great energy for Venus. It's not really making any harsh aspects, so to speak. So that's going to be dope. Now, moving forward, we have Mercury, which is in Aries at this time, making a sextile to Saturn in Aquarius. And this happens on April the 7th. So this is that energy is like if something needs to be worked out today, it's a perfect day to kind of like negotiate our terms and conditions, right? Saturn is business. And this energy is very favorable for tackling those challenging situations. So that way we can have a solid understanding when we're moving forward on something. So the ease of this transit brings a potential for upgrades and concrete solutions in personal situations or even business deals, okay? Our minds are thinking clearly, and we're able to make judgment of situations that are satisfactory, right? Previous lessons that we've learned, that were dished out by Saturn have taught us to use our minds by considering all options, considering various perspectives. Weighing our options with this energy is critical, especially when we have the ability to critically think for ourselves, because it's going to yield the best outcomes in the end. All right. Now, also on this day, April 7th, we have Mars squaring up with the North Node. They, about to tussle. Mars is in Aquarius. It's about the people, making freedom for the people, making a change. And then the North Node is like, hey, we have to, move forward in this new direction. We got lessons to learn. And so this square is giving us, the fight for your goals with determination and passion kind of vibes, right? That's the mantra for that day. Now we tap into those primal instincts that Mars bring with, acknowledgement of our intuition, because that North Node is the lunar nodes of the moon. Okay. So tapping in with acknowledgement of our intuition while pushing forward to acquire our desires, right? Because Mars is about desire. Now, while this transit may bring some challenges, right, like I said before, they're going to be tussling. While it might be bringing some challenges towards the achievement or the acquisition of things, is bringing that up in our awareness. Once we recognize it, we can then devise a plan to work around the blocks or just simply ram through them with that Mars energy, right? Okay, so many of the delays that we experience today, or the setbacks or the blocks that we experience, could be subconscious, right? And it's showing us some subconscious steps that we previously overlooked or skipped, and we need to go through them, right? So this is forcing us to address them here and now and get it done with, right? So shadow work might be something that comes up, might be a topic today, since this energy, can manifest as like a fight within, right? Because the subconscious energy of that North Node. So it could be a fight within. And instead of, demonizing ourselves for anything, more so acceptance is the thing. And then seek direction, seek guidance, seek understanding. If this happens, if this occurs, sit in stillness and journal. Okay, do that. That's a wonderful topic. Or even maybe go out, because Mars is about action. So get out and, get that energy out of your body, and maybe even by you allowing that energy to get in motion could give you insight and give you understanding. All right. Now, last but not least, wrapping up this week, Mercury in Aries is going to be sextiling Mars in Aquarius on April the 8th. Now, this is busy, busy energy. Mercury in Aries is quick-witted, and it, makes decisions really hastily, right? And at the same time, we have Mars in Aquarius, and it's breaking through mental blocks that subsequently will like stimulate our cognitive capacities. Now, expect the unexpected, especially unexpected information, also an increase in mental agility. So we'll be able to process everything that's coming in. So that's a good thing. Now, suppose today, like you have like this laundry list of stuff that you have to get done, right? Today will be the day that it all gets done. You're going to have the energy mentally and physically to get it done, right? So put that into your daily duties that you can get stuff done on this day. Write it in your calendar. Hey, get stuff done on this day. You'll have it in you to get it done. Also, we'll be able to not only be busy and get things taken care of, but still keep connection with our people, our friends, our business associates, taking care of that. That's the thing. So also on another note, we may feel increased stimulation in our nervous system because Mercury rules our nervous system, and Mars in Aquarius is activating that Uranus energy as well. So it could be in our in our nervous system from that Uranus energy as well. So what it could do is stimulate our nervous system and shifting our anxiety into excitement, or even maybe wonder, kind of like, oh, I wonder what this is, or, ooh, I'm excited about, it could just really shift the anxiety. So this is a positive thing. So what we could do today also is sit in stillness. Once we're done handling everything, sit in stillness, write out those brilliant ideas that are definitely going to be coming up today. Take mental note and then write it out from the conversations that you have with others today, because you're going to be getting a lot of insight, communicating thoughts, our ideas, also even, expressing our true feelings could be a thing today. It's highlighting, since our dispositions are increasingly charismatic under the influence of this energy as well. So keep that in mind. That's wrapping up this whole entire week. All right, so that is all that I have for the first week of April. April is a lot of new beginnings and whatnot, so I don't necessarily see it being problematic, because we have like the Jupiter Neptune conjunction is happening next week. So I'm going to talk about that. So anywho, I hope this is beneficial and helpful for you all. Hope you have taken your notes and put the dates in all the stuff in your calendar, so you'll know what's going on. That's the thing. So I will connect with y'all next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead.